It's a beautiful canoe and an even more beautiful name. So if we could all clap and hoot and holler for it, please.
So today we're here at the Ketchikan Indian Community Hospital, and we're joined with our dad's canoe behind us on this beautiful rainy day. And we're gonna be celebrating the launching and the awakening of the canoe. Our dad is Marvin Oliver, and he is from Canoe and Asleta Pueblo nations. And he is a world-renowned artist. He has multiple pieces around the world.
And then just like growing up with our father, it's kind of like easy to like, oh, he's like just our dad. But like I feel like after we passed, it's super easy to see how he impacted a lot of people. And like now looking at his canoe, we're able to like celebrate it. And it's just super interesting and cool.
I'd known Marvin my whole life. He approached me and was just like, hey, I have these canoes and it's a really cool idea. Did you want to buy one? And I did. I ran for tribal council, and then the next year, after my first year on tribal council, I became president. I made sure that that year we bought a canoe.
The canoe will be used initially today just for the ceremony, but our plans are to use it in our different departments for events to connect the people back to our culture. We're going to just become a better, stronger tribe because of it.
The hope is to create youth groups and behavioral health activities, that revolve around that, to bring people who really are interested in this particular way to wellness and wrap our arms around them and say, this is a first step. It's a fiberglass canoe that's beautiful. What does it look like to be carving canoes in our area and create that fleet within our community so that our young people understand what it's like to go ahead and make a canoe. They have that knowledge. They know what kind of paddles to use. They know how to really take care of themselves on the water and to be able to navigate, to do our traditional navigations, and really to understand the protocols, because canoe protocol is different for Haida, Tlingit, and Tsimshian, and to just bring that knowledge so that it's just something we all know again.
We just woke up our canoe. It's our first pull of the season, and we bless our canoe, we give our thanks, and then we incorporate the cedar, because the cedar has always been the foundation of a big foundation of our wealth, of who we are. Through our canoes, through our longhouses, through our medicine, through our way of life. So and to be able to witness this canoe be woken today and to take to the water and take care of every single puller that's going to be in there, in the canoe, to be able to help them work together, to be able to connect with one another. It's such a beautiful and empowering thing to witness.
We are the Rainforest people, and we just do what we do, rain or shine. So welcome. This is truly a historic occasion, and I'm really thrilled to be a part of it, and I'm glad that each and every one of you are part of it as well.
It's a beautiful day to be putting this boat in the water. It's getting blessed by the rain. The Clinkan name for this canoe is Brown Bear Spirit. Brown Bear Spirit, and the way I see it, is the brown bear is watching over you as you make your journey. He is your protector on the water. He is your protector on this canoe. You guys ready? Ready. Hoots Kayak!
Hoots Kayak!
A little louder. Hoots Kayak!
Hoots Kayak!
A little louder. Hoots Kayak!
Hoots Kayak!
Hey!
We wouldn't be here today without my father-in-law, Emmett. Emmett Oliver's Canoe Revolution in 1989 with the paddle to Seattle created the birth of the annual traditional canoe ceremony. Oliver attributes his connection to canoes through his own Salish heritage and through his father's creation of the annual canoe journey that continues to uplift potlatching culture through the Pacific Northwest and Alaska.
Stabilize the canoe! Move!
My father was Emmett Oliver. He was Chinook and enrolled Quinault, and he prepared for the 100th year celebration, the centennial for the state of Washington, and he sat on the Maritime Committee, and they asked what should we do about having maritime events at the centennial, and his suggestion was to have canoes. And he got the logs from the Forest Service. He contacted many of the tribes, and it turned into the Paddle to Seattle of 1989. So from there on, they had canoes, and that turned into Canoe Journey. And so that's what we now do in the state of Washington. In 2012, my father wanted to see 100 canoes land on the beach once in his lifetime. He was 98 years old, and 103 canoes came in. So you can see the resurgence of the canoe journey and what happened with 1989 and the Paddle to Seattle.
Canoes changed my life, literally changed my life. And our traditional canoes are responsible for this path that I am now, is responsible for me standing here now. Back in 2013, I went on an international canoe journey from Metlakatla, British Columbia to Metlakatla, Alaska. And it was a 7-day journey with 7 other youth from my village. And in that 7 days, taking to the waters and the highways of our ancestors was life-changing. It's more than just a journey on the ocean, you know? It's a journey within yourself. It's a journey discovering who you are, discovering your strengths.
I think more than anything, we're trying to show the youth what they're capable of, what their ancestors were capable of, and that they have a huge legacy running through their veins if they just choose to learn it with this program.
I've been very fortunate to be able to work with Harley and Tim with many young people here in Ketchikan. And through the canoe program, we've been able to get them out on the water. Many of them, first time on the water, first time in a traditional canoe. And when you're in a canoe, you are forced to work together, forced to be able to understand the connection that is needed with everyone else in the canoe. There's 15 other people relying on you, and at the same time, you're relying on 15 other people.
We are taking all these youth who are starting to believe that their ancestors were myths, that our legacies aren't true anymore. And they don't even believe they can move canoes sometimes, but together we were able to move mountains. And with this canoe program, it's hopefully going to instill a certain level of pride. You know, these Polynesian, our family coming up from the south, they're doing something that we used to do all the time. It's special now, and it was always special back then, but it was much more frequent. We're just now, they're doing it to remind us what we used to do.
I'm really grateful that his legacy can be passed through different generations. It just brings more awareness that we're still here.
And then another thing to add on that, like growing up like in a canoe and just paddling a lot, you just like learn a lot of like traits like responsibility. Like if you're not putting as much like effort as like the person next to you, then someone else has to put in that much effort. And just learning how to like live and be able to like cooperate with your family in the canoe really, I've like really helped us like grow and be who we are.
Yeah.
if you feel lost in life, walk down the path of your ancestors. It's the best thing that's ever happened to me, and it also sounds like the best thing to happen to a lot of people my age, is just to embrace our people's way of life. And if you ever feel lost, a lot of the times our people left things behind for us to gather strength from.
The canoe has everyone working together, and that's a valuable lesson that we need to continue through our lives outside of the canoe. We have to work together. We have to be able to allow ourselves to rely on other people and have other people do the same thing for us. And when we're pulling together in the canoe, out of the canoe, on the canoe journeys, on our journey in life, when we're pulling together, that's when we are at our strongest. That's when we are at our healthiest. So having that canoe journey concept and having the whole concept of a canoe pulling together, keeping that in your life and everything that you do, will only empower us, will only strengthen us as a community. And we will put you in the canoe. We will put a paddle in your hand. We'll paint your face.
Oh, I am.
We'll go raid a village. Just contact us, and we will get you on the water.
Absolutely, we will. Raiding villages guaranteed. Any other questions?